Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is Monday Night Raw. Okay, it might not be that day, but let's be honest, is that the least of our worries or what? Vengeance has come and gone, and I think the biggest news coming out of it was what we saw in the main event. For those of you who didn't see Vengeance, I'll give you 3, 2, 1. Alright, now spoiler time. Adam Cole is no longer on the Monday Night Raw roster. He was defeated by Marty Scurll last night and has effective immediately left the Monday Night Raw brand. Adam Cole is gone, and we need to find a new #1 contender, and that's exactly what is taking place here tonight. Roman Reigns and CM Punk will go one-on-one with each other. The winner of that match gets Marty Scurll at Money in the Bank. It's that simple. You know both of these men, after their performances last night at Vengeance, would love nothing more than a shot at that belt, and that is the man who they want the shot at. It is going to be starting off tonight with a Marty Scurll victory celebration, because you knew the villain couldn't keep himself silent over what he did last night. Marty Scurll is going to start things off on Raw, and the villain is on his way right about now. What a match it was last night. Both men sacrificing everything that they had within them to be the victor, but it was the crossface chicken wing that Adam Cole would submit to and send the New Orleans crowd into a complete shocked and stunned silence as Marty Scurll retained the title, but more importantly sent Adam Cole away from Raw. And Marty Scurll already taking the opportunity to celebrate it, calling it that Christmas has come early because Adam Cole is gone. Raw making him feel like the star that he has always wanted to be treated as. He is on top. There is no one around him. And Marty Scurll in that aspect kind of right. I mean, the two guys who he beat for the title of WrestleMania are now gone from the Raw brand. But he says he'll miss Adam Cole. Miss not being able to hurt Adam Cole, super kick him, and have him tap out to the chicken wing, just like he did at Vengeance. If it was a sore wound already, Marty Scurll is doing his best to rub as much salt. In fact, he's not even rubbing the salt. He has got the bottle or the carrier bag of salt, whatever you want to call it, and he is just pouring it in there. But he wants to move away from Adam Cole now and focus on those two men tonight, Roman Reigns and CM Punk. He says it doesn't matter to him. It doesn't matter to him anymore who challenges for his title. And now referencing me on about the White Knight coming to purge Monday Night Raw of its sicknesses. The two men who compete here tonight are exactly the same as Adam Cole. And just like Adam Cole, he will purge their sickness away at Money in the Bank. He will be the champion. Long live the villain. Marty Scurll just does his best, doesn't he, to make people feel the pain of last night. Those Adam Cole fans making them feel the pain of him being gone for good from Monday Night Raw. And now he focuses on tonight, that main event. And of course at Money in the Bank, where he will defend his World Heavyweight Championship against the winner of Roman Reigns and CM Punk here tonight. He loves being world champion, you can tell that. And now with Adam Cole out of his sight, the reign of the villain can truly begin. But that is not what we're focusing on here to kick things off on Monday Night Raw. What we are focusing on is the Revival taking on the team of Zack, Ryder and Christian. If you didn't see Vengeance last night, again, well, I've already spoiled one bit of it for you. So I'm going to spoil everything else now. You should have gone to see the pay-per-view. It was a great one. It was an absolute phenomenal pay-per-view. And I don't like speaking good about Monday Night Raw in most instances. But it was a great pay-per-view. However, the Revival, who weren't in action, made sure to be standing tall at the end of the World Tag Team title match. Following the Good Brothers' victory over the Ascension, the Revival came out, smashed them in the back of the head, and laid Luke Gallows out with a Shatter Machine. The Good Brothers are not here tonight, and the Revival are taking full advantage of that, making their Monday Night Raw debut here, no less, against the duo of Zack Ryder and Christian. Can tell that they are certainly proud of what they did last night. I mean, they call themselves top guys for a reason, and they wanted to make sure that people knew who the top guys of the tag team division were in their eyes. And now they look to prove that here tonight as we get things underway here in another very interesting night here on Monday Night Raw. There's some great matches lined up, gotta say. Later on tonight, Daniel Bryan and Shawn Michaels, that main event as well. Gonna be some great stuff, and there's so many talking points coming out of Vengeance for us to discuss. Daniel Bryan retaining that United States Championship and having Lars Sullivan to face, CM Punk beating Triple H, Roman Reigns beating The Undertaker. And despite his defeat, The Undertaker probably had one of the largest talking points coming out of Vengeance, and certainly on the night, one of the largest reactions as well. Maybe only topped by the tap out of Adam Cole. I don't know where Adam Cole's going to end up. I will admit right now it's between myself, of course, as the general manager of ECW, and the SmackDown Live committee. We are currently engaged in talks with Adam Cole, but it seems as if Cole is content with just sitting things out right now. And if that's what Adam Cole wants to do, I respect that. I mean, last night was probably the worst moment, wow. I don't know, he's had a lot of bad moments over these last 5 months, but was it the worst moment of his career? Could well have been the case. We'll see. We'll find out when we'll hear from Adam Cole. Could be 2 weeks, could be 2 months, could be tomorrow on SmackDown Live for all I know. I'm only you never know. You never know until it's settled. And Adam Cole will decide when that is. We still focus on this matchup though. Dawson now in the ring against Christian. Some back and forth tags being made by the Revival. Christian leaps in there, tags in Zack Ryder. Here comes Ryder now. Oh! Caught with a drop toe hold. Courtesy of the Revival there. Scott Dawson now. Rolling fireman's carry sent on. And now sent to the outside is Zack Ryder as well. Oh, and there comes Dash Wilder with a running knee in the face. This is what the Good Brothers, just going off of last night, this is what they'll have to deal with in the future. The Revival certainly got a mean streak going for them right about now. Dash Wilder with an elbow there to Zack Ryder. Nothing the referee could do. He's on the outside, so he could only enforce the count on Ryder. Knee in the gut there. And a big time lariat will floor Zack Ryder. And Dawson runs up again, takes out the leg of Ryder. Oh, this is just pure Revival business from the former tag team champions. This is almost what they are known for. How they've isolated Zack Ryder in this match, how they've taken away his limbs from him, and how they look to finish him off the same way they did Luke Gallows last night. Shadow Machine! And into the cover they go. Scott Dawson, though, didn't do a good job of stopping Christian from saving his tag team partner. Back in the cover again, maybe. Now Dash Wilder will go back into the cover. There's the count, and enough time allowed for Zack Ryder to kick out there. But what this does mean is that the Revival can punish Zack Ryder even further. He's kicked out, but is there much fight left in Zack Ryder after everything we've seen? Oh, here we go. Up on the shoulders. Dash Wilder. Fireman's carry. Backbreaker. Christian is still... There we go. Finally bringing himself up to his feet, but it's probably going to be a case of too little, too late. Zack Ryder is out on his feet, and the roles will be reversed. Shadow Machine again. There goes Christian, and there is a victory for the Revival. Set and sealed. So the Good Brothers, these guys are next. I will say that right now. There is no doubt in my mind that the Revival are next in line for those tag team titles. A definitive victory there for them in their Monday Night Raw debut, and 2 dominant performances in 2 nights. The Good Brothers have a vendetta against these two now, though, and we will get to see who will be the top guys of Monday Night Raw, either at Money in the Bank or around that time. But make no mistake about it, the Revival have come into Monday Night Raw to be champions once again, and there ain't nothing that no one is going to be able to do to stop them in their eyes. We're going to move on, though, to our next contest. The rebuilding of the Raw Women's Division continues on From one in-ring debut to another, it is the Monday Night Raw debut of one AJ Lee. She came over in the draft and she's been lying in wait, taking in Monday Night Raw, taking in the Raw Women's Division. And now she makes her debut against Natalya. What this makes it is that every woman on the Monday Night Raw roster has been in action over the last month, so we've certainly been able to see what every woman can do on this roster. After tonight, you know, we've seen Asuka, Gail Kim, and Alexa Bliss pick up the victories over Emma, Alicia Fox, and Carmella. And now it's down to this one. Of course, we saw Rosemary in action last week. She took on, last night at Vengeance. She took on Alexa Bliss in the Open Challenge, defeated her, and retained the Raw Women's Championship. That rebuilding continues on. And AJ Lee may well be a good part of that foundation. She's a fine talent, and I mean, it was a really good trade, to be fair, in the women's division. Paige to SmackDown Live, AJ Lee to Raw. Two very good talents. But it is all about what they do on their brands that will make the difference for them. Paige has already been having her chances at the SmackDown Live Women's Championship, and you know that AJ Lee would like the same as well. Natalya, though, heads towards the ring, getting ready to compete in this one. May well be AJ Lee's Raw debut, but Natalya would like this to be about her as well. Let's see what will happen in this one. I mean, I'm trying to think if it's two different styles. Kind of is. I mean, AJ Lee, you know, she has her submission-based offense, but at the same time, she can kind of break out anything. That's what makes AJ Lee that tough opponent to be able to read and to be able to take apart. But Natalya, of course, is a graduate of the Heart Dungeon. She knows how to tear apart someone limb from limb. She might be able to do it against AJ Lee here. Handshake between the two before the match gets underway. Nice to see that bit of respect here on Raw, in amongst all the calamity that we saw last night at Vengeance. It's nice that there is still actually some respect around here. Underway here in this one, though, collar and elbow tie-up. I said it last night, and I still kind of hit upon the point, is that when Rosemary was in action, what the women should have been taking notes of is not the actual how to beat Rosemary, but how to just compete with her and the gaps, you know, they have to fill up. And I keep on saying, and I keep on returning this point, it's not that the girls, that was really disrespectful, it's not that the women don't have the talent level of Rosemary. It's that none of them can be as dominant as she is right now. You know, she's come back and she has taken this roster by the horns and just run away with it. And there's no one really who's been able to catch up with her. There's been no one who's been able to stop her. This division, basically since last June, has been about Rosemary and Paige in their own rights. And that's the gap that has to be filled right now. With Paige gone, it's Rosemary at the top, everyone else below her. And all those women have to just fill those blanks. They have to get themselves back up. Have to get themselves back up to Rosemary's level before she runs away, before no one can stop her, and before she ends up being the dominant champion who's holding the title for years on end. AJ Lee wants to make sure that she can have her name thrown in that hat. Standing sliced bread down into the cover she goes on Natalya. Kicking out early enough, though. Haven't done enough, really, to keep Natalya down. She's been having some good offense. Nice Northern Light suplex I saw from Natalya. But AJ Lee looking to fire up here. She thinking black. No, she's not thinking Black Widow. Shining Wizard, though. The knee of AJ Lee meets the jaw of Natalya. But Natalya kicks out at two. Once again, just not enough. Not enough damage done to Natalya to make her stay down for the count. And now Natalya stretching out the back there of AJ Lee, wearing her down for when she wants to lock in that sharpshooter. Hard forearm shots as well. Natalya fighting in her own right as well. She is not going to let. She's looking to play spoiler on AJ Lee's debut. I'm having an awful time speaking so far. Fuck me. Oh, God. Oh, good God. Natalya wanting to get vicious here. Up in the fireman's carry. Transitions into a backbreaker position and all. Too much going on there. Allowed AJ Lee great time to get out of that hold, and AJ Lee now has her up in the fireman's carry and sends Natalya into the barricade. Double foot stomp to follow up as well. Innovative offense from AJ Lee on Natalya right now. She rolls out of the ring and she rolls out of the way, sorry, and gets back in the ring. And another Northern Lights suplex connects there. No cover attempted by Natalya. Wonder what she's thinking now. AJ Lee a little bit dazed. Caught with Natty by nature. And that could be the lead in that Natalya needs to try and pick up a nice upset win for her here on Monday Night Raw. She grabs the legs. She's going to sit in the middle of the ring. Nowhere for AJ Lee to go as she's locked in the sharpshooter now. But AJ Lee out of it in a flash. Natalya deeply upset by that, I would imagine. And AJ Lee now trying to fight back after it. Side headlock there for some time, and Natalya's attempt of putting her away has failed. Spinning back kick there. And no time, no rest for the wicked. Natalya's about to feel the wrath of that shining wizard once more. Cover on Natalya. 1, 2, 3. AJ Lee is the winner. Took a little bit of versatility to overcome that, but she did it no less. Great victory. Great debut for AJ Lee as well. She's got to throw her name in the hat right now and try and get herself out there for a shot at that Raw Women's Championship. There are at least another 3 who could cause problems maybe for Rosemary right now. And we'll see if anything can happen regarding that. I mean, this rebuilding phase, it takes time to rebuild. It's going to be a very interesting thing when it pans out. But we're going to move on to our next contest, and what a matchup it is going to be. Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. We're going backstage. We would do Daniel Bryan against Shawn Michaels, but that hasn't happened. Daniel Bryan is out backstage right now and is the #1 contender to the United States Championship. Standing above him, Lars Sullivan beating down Daniel Bryan backstage. Just moments before he was due with his match against Shawn Michaels. Lars Sullivan, who won a battle royal for a shot at Bryan's title now, is taking care of him. Powerbomb to the table. Lars Sullivan is inflicting pain on Daniel Bryan the only way he knows how. Freak accident on the concrete flooring backstage. The United States champion is down. Lars Sullivan waiting no less than 24 hours to send his message. Oh my God. We need EMTs back there. We need someone back there to make sure Bryan's alright. Lars Sullivan just ran through the United States champion. Something needs to be done about that, but you know for a fact the Raw general manager's just going to bat it off and deny it. That was sickening. These things keep on happening. These problems keep on occurring. Daniel Bryan did not need something like that happening to him. Raw did not need something like that happening. But Lars Sullivan went into his own business there and just dismantled Daniel Bryan. I hope Bryan's alright, and Lars Sullivan sending a message, like I said, the only way he knows how, through pain. Well, we're going to move on to our next contest here. Aiden English is in action. He was deeply frustrated with himself last night at Vengeance for being eliminated. Hang on one sec. I'm getting reports through that the EMTs are there with Daniel Bryan right now, and they're making sure that he's alright. I think Daniel Bryan's been through a lot. I'm sure he'll be fine by next week. But nevertheless, Aiden English is wanting to hold his own little open challenge here. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to go well for him. He was eliminated last night in the Battle Royal by Lars Sullivan. And now here tonight, he wants anyone to step up to the plate to challenge him. Oh, you cocked up Aiden English. Oh, boy. I referenced him earlier. One of the biggest talking points of last night was indeed this man. He may well have lost at Vengeance, but he won in his own way. The Undertaker makes his way out for the first time since September, free of Mordecai, free of the Brood. Following his defeat to Roman Reigns, Undertaker had enough of Mordecai. Mordecai disrespected him. He smacked him in the face. And the Undertaker snapped. Chokeslam, tombstone, drawed blood on Mordecai. And the Undertaker showed that he is back. Free of anyone telling him what to do. The Undertaker is by himself once more. The Phenom is back. The dead man is his own man. He is free of the clutches of Mordecai, and he did it for himself. He did it for his brother. He did it to show that Mordecai is not the holy figure he brings himself to be, and now the Undertaker gets ready to inflict more punishment, to inflict more torture, and Aiden English is going to be the recipient of it. Oh, this is going to be exciting to watch. The bell rings and Aiden English is legging it out of the ring. Wait, hang on. Aiden English he's talking to his stagehands. Referee's counting him right now. But he's talking to his... Oh my god, you are kidding me. Aiden English is forcing the stagehands into the ring. Well, this match has changed up a little bit. Aiden English has just forced him into the ring and has hid underneath the ring. The Undertaker is now fighting the stagehands in a handicap match. Well, what an in-ring debut this has become for the stagehands, am I right? The Undertaker taking them both on right now. Aiden English is literally hiding away. He's not even giving them instructions. He has hidden underneath the ring, while the Undertaker has to take on both of these, both the stagehands. Finally seeing them and their in-ring debut. Taking plenty of time to get to that, but I don't know which one is which. There's a stagehand, but they're trying to suplex the Undertaker, countered with a hard punch. Undertaker DDT, and down goes the oh my god, they have numbers. They have numbers on their thing. I can't really tell that much still. That's number 1, that's number 2. That's the only difference I can tell between them. Right, let's keep on going here. But the Undertaker in his first match goes, as I said, free from the Brood, free from Mordecai, and he certainly seems to be beating up anyone who gets in his way, regardless of who it is, regardless of if it's the stagehands or Aiden English or not the stagehands. Double neck breaker to the Undertaker there, trying to spoil his first match free, and his first match back to being the Phenom that we know him to be. Taker there takes down stagehand number 1. They have numbers. I don't know if that... I mean, I don't think that makes one better than the other, but they definitely are still stagehands. Suplex to number 2 there. Another lariat by the Undertaker takes down stagehand 1. Oh, and stagehand 1's on for one hell of a ride. Chokeslam to the stagehand, and stagehand 2 from behind. Even against the Undertaker, and even with a duo like the stagehands. The numbers game just a bit too much in that moment. Back down goes the stagehand. Down goes stagehand 2. The Undertaker now starting to fire up here. Threw stagehand 2 into the corner in a flash. Counter stagehand 1 there. And now the Undertaker starting to fire up. Yeah, stagehand 1 throwing him over the top rope again. Stagehand 2 punched way back as well. These guys are in a lot of trouble right now, as the Undertaker has his grasp on them. Was looking for some kind of heart punch maybe. Got countered. Threw stagehand 1 in the corner there. Stagehand 2 almost sent into a separate corner. That was countered by the Undertaker though. Undertaker now. Oh, throwing them both into their own turnbuckle. The stagehands could well be in a lot of trouble here. They ain't moving. They're really in trouble. The Undertaker has the stagehands. Double choke slam to the stagehands. Look at the ride they went on. 7 foot up, 7 foot down. The stagehands rolling out of the ring as quick as they like. That plan has failed. And now Aiden English is going to sneak in here and tries to attack The Undertaker from behind now. Trying to get one over on the dead man. Oh, that didn't work, did it? Oh, Aiden English is off for one hell of a ride. Tombstone pile driver. And suddenly, all the attempts from the stagehands and from Aiden English have fallen in vain. The Undertaker with a tombstone, but he's not finished. This man is free and he wants everyone to know it. The Undertaker with a second tombstone to Aiden English. And with 1, 2, 3, defeats Aiden English. What a sight that one was. Absolutely dismantled the stagehands, dismantled Aiden English. That is a return to the old Undertaker. That is a man who is back to his old ways. The man who in many ways can celebrate that as well. The Undertaker that we know and love. Back to normal, but make no mistake about it. Wherever he may turn, there's going to be a Mordecai lurking in those shadows. They will be waiting. I say they. I don't know why I said that. He will be waiting. They will be waiting for each other. And it's all about when that date comes around, when those two meet in their one-on-one confrontation. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when between those two. We're going to move on, though. It's our main event of the evening. And it has huge implications for June 17th at Money in the Bank. It is the #1 contenders match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Roman Reigns and CM Punk will square off. The winner gets Marty Scurll. Scurll has already voiced his opinion on the two in this matchup. He does not care about them. He sees them as the same kind of sickness that Adam Cole was, and much like their sickness, he will quell it. He will remove it from his World Heavyweight Championship. Roman Reigns, of course, we just saw the man in action who Roman Reigns defeated last night at Vengeance in very convincing fashion. Roman Reigns took 2 tombstones, but was able to pin The Undertaker in just 1 spear. That was a big talking point from that match. That was the biggest talking point from that match before the afters happened. Roman Reigns now is set and ready to try and become the #1 contender. It's been a great time since Roman Reigns has arrived on Raw. Hasn't lost a match yet. Has a pay-per-view victory under his belt. Certainly seems that Roman Reigns has become heavily accustomed to the Monday Night Raw brand, and in many other ways Roman Reigns has become comfortable on the Monday Night Raw brand. Maybe the Raw general manager takes a liking to him. That may be the case, but you know, I can't argue against the fact that Roman Reigns deserves this #1 contender match. He's proven that he deserves it with his victories as of late, and especially that victory last night at Vengeance. But so too has his opponent. And the crowd gets up on their feet at the noise of this man's theme. CM Punk gets ready for his action here. He gets ready for this matchup as well. Punk, who may actually be in a worse state than Roman Reigns. I mean, yeah, Reigns took 2 tombstones, but his match was only about 6-7 minutes. Triple H and CM Punk went about 15 minutes between the two. There was finishes exchanged all over the aisle. There was a lot of fighting going on, and CM Punk hasn't even had 24 hours to recover from that. It was a grueling match for Punk. He overcame Triple H, make no mistake about it, but it was one hell of a grueling match for him. It was perhaps CM Punk's toughest match since Brock Lesnar. In fact, no, I will say it was CM Punk's toughest match since Brock Lesnar. And Punk has to try and, he has to try and bounce back from that. He has to try and realize that, he was victorious, yes, but fatigue can be one hell of a thing. As can potential injuries that could have been picked up in that match. He took a pedigree in the ring, he took a pedigree in the outside. He took a hell of a beating from Triple H. There is no doubt about it. He's got to try and overcome that here tonight in order to become the #1 contender. And with these two, there is a lot of history related to this universe. These two men, former members of the Shield. There was a time when CM Punk led the Shield. And of course, in that instinct, led Roman Reigns as well. That was a very, very long time ago. That is no more. While the Shield was incredibly close, that brethren, it's no more. It's gone. Roman Reigns went on to do his own thing. He went on to become United States Champion. He then went on to join the Dangerous Alliance. CM Punk, when he returned to this universe, came back with a desire to just be the best that he was. That he once was. He wanted to reclaim that. And he's fought Roman Reigns more than once before. It could be argued that CM Punk helped to make Roman Reigns the talent that he is today within this universe. But make no mistake about it, that doesn't mean there's a friendship between these two. They see things in two completely different viewpoints now. So it's not about trying to win the other's respect. It's just about trying to win. And right now, there's a one hell of a prize awaiting the winner. That, of course, being Marty Scurll. One other thing to think about is Money in the Bank as well. You know, the actual ladder match itself. I would argue that whoever, doesn't win this matchup should easily get a Money in the Bank qualifier. It shouldn't be a case where, one becomes #1 contender and the other guy gets absolutely nothing. Both of these guys have deserved something as a reward for their recent performances and the way in which they were able to perform last night at Vengeance. However, I don't think they should be gifted that spot. I think they should have to earn that Money in the Bank qualifier. Not the qualifier, the Money in the Bank spot. But, that could come next week. Right now, I just want to see who's going to be the #1 contender to the world title. I imagine Marty Scurll is watching backstage, even though he would allude otherwise. I imagine the villain has a close eye on this one, realizes that either opponent is going to be tough for him. But I think Scurll likes that. He likes that challenge. He's certainly proven that on more than one occasion, that he's not afraid to take on someone. He's not afraid of a challenge. Roman Reigns into a cover after that shoulder powerbomb. Kick out at 1 there by CM Punk. See what will happen here now. Roman Reigns sends Punk into the turnbuckle. Seeing a lot more hard-hitting moves from Roman Reigns. And here's some more. Trio of lariats in the corner. Brings him in for a short-arm clothesline as well. Covered by Reigns into the count now. Just a 1. Still can't put away CM Punk just yet. Still can't even get a 2 count. Punk hasn't tried for a cover yet, though. Maybe he's realized that he hasn't really hit a move big enough to try for a cover either. Punk off the ropes now. Ducks under the attempted clothesline. Runs back, and a big-time lariat will distort Roman Reigns there. Very nicely done by Punk, and now here he goes. Neckbreaker. Best is getting riled up here. 24 hours or not, CM Punk is finally tuned and ready to go, it seems. Roman Reigns with a hard punch in the gut there. Counters CM Punk off the ropes. He comes in, another leaping clothesline there, floored him. Brutal punches there from Roman Reigns as CM Punk lays down on the mat right now. Jawbreaker. Punk starting to fight back in his own right. Nice chops here. Good strikes from CM Punk, but look at how quickly Roman Reigns is able to counter his way out of that one. From behind now, Reigns. Saito suplex there, dropping. CM Punk, relatively to the top of his head. Was thinking a second rope move there, but Punk was just too far away for Reigns' liking. Even with all the time that he took to set up that move, he still connects with it. Goes into the cover now, hoping it's enough, maybe. There's a 2 count, but nothing more. And Punk with a hard elbow into the face of Roman Reigns. Shows he's able to fight back up on his shoulders. Punk might be thinking go to sleep. Roman Reigns, though, able to counter it. Gets himself off his shoulders. Spear by Reigns! And that could make him #1 contender. There's 2. And a kick out by Punk. Roman Reigns really did think he had it then. CM Punk denied it. More work has to be done But a great counter to the go to sleep. Denied the chance of that potentially being enough to close out the matchup. Roman Reigns now going to the turnbuckle. And look at how confident he's feeling. Just standing. Leaning against the turnbuckle as CM Punk is struggling. Step on his feet. Superman punch by Reigns. Will that be enough to make him #1 contender? The Scurll's World title? No. CM Punk still kicking out. Roman Reigns getting a little bit frustrated now. He's been in control of this matchup since he countered that go to sleep, and that may have been commentator's curse because now CM Punk starting to fire back. Forearm shot. Picks him up in a backbreaker position, and look at that. Slammed him into the turnbuckle, through the 260-pounder or thereabouts away with ease. But Roman Reigns still kicking out very, very early on. Punk now goes up to the second rope here. That's a long way to fly. Gets the elbow drop, though, on Roman Reigns. Nasty kick in the back as well, and the leader of the Roman Empire goes down. CM Punk now. Chinlock applied here on Reigns. Just trying to slow things down a little bit for him here. Been through a lot in this matchup. He needs to try and dictate the pace. He needs to think about what he is going to do next, not what Roman Reigns is going to do next. Drags Reigns closer to the center of the ring now. Snap me, or chinlock, or it was a snap me, I don't remember. I don't think it was. Goes after the legs of the big dog again. They're just taking him down. Trying to make sure that he doesn't have a great vertical base. Roman Reigns, though, looking for a suplex. Punk able to quickly counter his way out of it. Smart idea there by Punk. And now the best is on the comeback here. Falcon out of Roman Reigns. CM Punk looking for something big here, looking to rekindle some fire within him that he saw last night in his match against Triple H. It was a fight back from Punk then, and it's a fight back from Punk right now. Going up on that top rope. CM Punk looking to strike, and he gets the elbow drop. Punk, though, showing some exhaustion. I think not only from tonight, but definitely from last night as well. The elbow drop connected, and it gets 2 count on Reigns. Does not enable him to become the #1 contender for the world title just yet. Still got some ways to go before he can earn those stripes. What a match that would be. And CM Punk could be closing in on it. He has Reigns up. Go to sleep to Roman Reigns. Into the cover, but referee says Roman Reigns is, what would that be? His right arm there was underneath the ropes. Couldn't really tell, but guess the referee had an eye on it before he went down for the cover. Good spot by the referee. Though I imagine Roman Reigns probably would have had enough within him to kick out as well. Even though he was busted open last night and his head probably isn't at 100%. He may well have still had it in him. Punk picks up Reigns now. Throws him into the turnbuckle. Uh-oh, this is looking dangerous. This is looking very dangerous indeed. Counter though by Roman Reigns. And a big time clothesline from up high will bring down CM Punk. Is this enough? Still not the case to be. CM Punk is he close though? Is he closing in on that #1 contendership? That could very well be the case. Countered there though by Punk. And now looking for another neck breaker here, and he gets it on Roman Reigns. Reigns has kind of slipped away over this last little while. He's like he's falling at the final hurdle, and CM Punk is chasing from behind here and starting to catch him up. Could be the case though that Roman Reigns could take all this offense, but a spear from out of the blue could be enough to make him #1 contender. Single underhook suplex there to Roman Reigns. Desperately goes into the cover, kind of just hoping it's enough, and Roman Reigns able to kick out very early on. What more does Punk have to do here? May well be a case of the fact, well, you know, he didn't get his go to sleep. That may have something to do with it. Punk, though, going to look for another elbow drop. No fight back from Reigns between the both of them. Does that tell a story or what? CM Punk now is feeling it. The Dallas crowd is feeling it. They're on their feet for CM Punk. Punk lifts up Reigns here. What has he got in store for Roman Reigns? Will this one work? Go to sleep! Punk goes into the cover. Make sure Reigns won't get the ropes either. There's 2, 3. CM Punk is the #1 contender to the World Heavyweight Championship. And so it will take place June 17th. Money in the Bank. The villain takes on the best in the world. CM Punk and Marty Scurll will collide for that World Heavyweight Championship. What a match that is going to be. Adam Cole may be gone, but Monday Night Raw is still looking like one of the brands to beat in this universe. What a match that is going to be when we get to Money in the Bank. Now then, this episode of Raw though. Thank you guys for watching. Take care guys, and ta-ra.